All right, first up, we've got Tom. Tom Hanssens, I think. Australia. I'm probably saying that last name wrong. I apologize. Kaboom. Let's skadoosh. Hello. Hello, face melt. Hi. All right, so Tom here. Let's see here. We've got 4 pieces. It's a rock formation. So the thing I would say about the rock formation, one thing that you really have going for you is this directional. Hang on here. For the ninja snow. Where are we at here? Streaming notes. Strummage. I'm just gonna be drawing in this, so is it in here? Ha! Yeah. All right. Let's just do this. Cool. Ah. Hey, what's up, Ghost? What's up, stream? Hey, Ricky. Tricky Ricky. Okay, so one thing that you really have going for you, I'm gonna draw it with where is the what? Oh, crazy. Okay. These lines here really good for rock formations. Some of the problems that you're having is this shape and this shape are kind of going against each other, and then this one is kind of like a scoop out. You could say they rock. Look at that. Blah. Yeah, so there's some shapes that don't make sense based on like the type of rock, and then how soft it is kind of leads to like the idea that maybe these have been out for a long time, and the wear and tear of weather has kind of softened or melted the rocks a bit. I'd be careful about how soft you make your rock materials, and then 0 to 1 bakes. You have a lot of these little details here that are telling me that it's a 0 to 1 bake. I could be wrong. 2 to 3K tries, it says on here. 2048 texture map. Yeah, so you could probably do a 1024 normal unique bake and then tile a tileable. See, this looks, it's like it's a sad ghost or something. A sad ghost rock. He's cute. Yeah, with it being a 1024 tiled, or not tiled, a 0 to 1 normal, and then building out the rock material as a tileable will be probably the best way to get fidelity. We can move on to the next one. Barn. So this barn's pretty cool. Every piece of wood looks like it's modeled minus the roof. So one thing I would watch out for is if you're going to do that level of detail, which is pretty cool actually. It leads to some interesting shadows. But I feel like you're not getting the payoff that you could. Where are we at here? Paste. Come on. Paste. There it is. So if we zoom in on this guy. So when you are modeling all of these individually, it's pretty nice because you get the ability to have this edge here not so straight. So like if you can change the heights of some of these pieces of wood, and some of them are lower than others, and getting that breakup tends to make it pretty organic and interesting versus straight lines. pieces of the wood maybe coming off, and then seeing like the structural interiors would be pretty good. What's up, Neil? How you doing? The other thing I guess I would say is it's strange to see the door is the same door, but it's like scaled up. Usually with large, I mean, maybe you were looking at reference, but usually large doors tend to be sliding, like a sliding barn door, or they're the two doors that open like this. Oh man, Red, dude, that 5-month sub. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Let's see what else we got here. I'm not sure what this is, and I don't know why these stop here. Is that normal? We're like dangerously close to drawing some phallic shapes here. Just gonna move this over here. We'll do. That didn't help at all. Ugh. Sublime, what's up, man? Hey, Loadout. Hi, Loadout. Hey. These windows are really deep for like how thick or how thin the wood boards are. Like, I don't know if you could see. Like, it's like that. And then the other thing I guess I would say is like this roofing is pretty basic in its shape and form, but I guess that's okay as long as like you solve this side piece here. Like, I want to know what that is made out of. You know what I mean? Because right now it's pretty solid. It's strange that it would go straight out like that. Maybe I would expect it to like scoop back up and like have breaks where it's wood panels that you can kind of do the same like jagged edge to it. Just to, you know, to break up the shapes and stuff. The paint on the wood and how it's like chipping away and stuff is really good. I think it still needs another layer of stuff. Abo, what's up, man? Oh, moving away for the new job. Exciting. I would suggest like taking this all, right? You build all of your shaders. You've got all the materials working. And then using another UV set to pack everything into a 0 to 1. And then painting a mask that you can utilize to get like stuff like drips and or just age, or I guess maybe like the mask is like a mask for interaction. So it shows like how the materials interact with each other. Because that's one of the easiest ways to quickly get away from, I wouldn't say it's the easiest way, but it's the most direct, straightforward way to kind of get away from the geometry, smashing into geometry. You like that saxophone? It's pretty freaking serious. The other thing too is in that 0 to 1, you could also bake a unique like AO where all the pieces meet up. You know? Yeah. Dude, that sax though. And then, I mean, you can see that the silhouette here is very, you can't see it with that color, that's for sure. So the shape here is really clean. If there's anything you can do to break up that edge, I would do it. That way it just looks less and less like geometry. Like this side here, this whole side here is really cool looking. So this side is really nice. It just needs it needs depth shifting and stuff, like taking some of the wood panels and like bringing them inward, or having like this is a sliding door and then having the door slid over the front just so there's more depth. Douglas, what's up, man? How you doing, Reddington? Let us move on. So next up we got this one. Dude, this thing was a crazy beast. Here's my submission for the Beyond Human Environment Challenge. This project was largely a learning experience for me as I try to utilize some new techniques and try to level up my skills inside of UE4. And that's exactly what I did. Aw, yeah. So we'll mark it as a success. Awesome. So as far as scale and stuff goes, I think you're nailing the... Like, I can feel the scale now with the buildings and stuff. And the bottom area looks much better than it was in previous, like, work in progress stuff. Oh, this is a cool shot. This shot's really intriguing to me. Just, there's so much detail that can be solved up close that would imply detail in the whole image. This is cool too. A nice breakdown of stuff, of assets and such. Oh wow. Oh, you did some ZBrush retopo action. So this is really interesting because this is another example of where I think you could sculpt a high poly, decimate it down to a low poly, do an unwrap of the low poly, bake the normal information onto it, and then in another UV set tile the detail like a tileable stone material. And then wherever you want these edge highlights, you just do that in your 0 to 1 map, the same map that you are UVing to the normal map, the 0 to 1 normal. I mean, with these three being as small as they are in most of the scene, you could actually probably just do a 2048 normal map bake that has all three of them in one UV set and then call it good. Then you do UV set 2, tileable stone, and then in UV set 1, you start to do all your little edge highlights and stuff. So in this shot, this one's really cool. And I feel like it just needs the detail to help sell it. Whoa. Z remesh versus decimation for low poly. I mean, I think you guys have seen Steven. Dude, thanks for the sub, man. It means a ton, dude. Like, I really enjoy doing the streaming stuff for you guys. And it also helps when you guys support me a little bit as well. Let's see here. Where you at? Where you at, ZBrush? I'll show you real quick. Neil, I've showed it before, but I mean, I could show it again at some point. Oh, no. You're like, I resubbed, but I can't use the emojis. Why? Come on, ZBrush. Okay, so... And slowly it fades into focus. So let's just drag a sphere out. We'll just do a new document. So this should be pretty quick. No. Oh, God damn it. Sure. Okay, so let's Dynamesh this really fast. We'll do it pretty low. And we'll polish it quite a bit. What's it? BMV for move. I can't see the mic's in the way. Okay, so let's move some stuff around. So let's say this is going to be your rock, right? And we'll just do some really quick. This is really hacky looking. Don't trust this sculpt. Dang, this song is ridic. Okay, so this is your rock. Cool, right? Okay. So what I've been doing is duplicating it. Oops. Go to the duplicate. Rename it. Just call it low. Then do a preprocess it, which is kind of like for the decimation master. You feel like you're surfing on a keyboard? Dude, I feel like I'm surfing on a keyboard every day. It's the best feeling. So we preprocessed the current mesh, and then we're going to decimate it down to about 20% of its original mesh. Hide the high poly behind it. So you can see like it's doing an alright job. Usually with the first decimation, I bring it down to like 1% of its original. So we got this shape. Then we preprocess it again. And then let's try like 10%. And you might even be able to go down to 5. Yeah, sure. So for the most part, I mean, you can do a check here when you go flat color. You can look here, and if it looks like it's low poly in like its jaggeds, it's little jaggies on the end there, then it's probably too low to sell the silhouette. So let's try doing that. So this is a little better. There's still a few jaggy pieces, and there's some areas we could still optimize, but I think that would be okay. Now after all that is said and done, I would take this mesh, export it out, unwrap it, first UV set, bake the normal map from this mesh, right? And then in the second UV set, I would set those, like how would I do that? I mean, you might not even need a second UV set, depending, but in the shader, you set it up so that you tile a tileable stone material. And then in the other half of the, man, I should just, hang on. I can show you what I did. I'll open Unity too. But what I was going to say about this image is it really needs that extra detail pass to help sell the scale of things. So like this ship right here with a different color, please. This ship right here, actually the windows feel like this ship still feels block out. Like, and I need stuff on the top. I need like details up here, maybe some like cables and wires and stuff. These windows need to have, like, it needs to be an interior. Maybe you can see the shapes of the windows, and not like the windows need to be shapes that are not geometric, like hard edged. Yeah, there's a lot of tangents as well, for sure. But I think in order for you to sell the scale, it really needs like I don't know where your shadows are at. Like there should be shadowing happening under here, like down here. Man, that's not gonna work. There should be shadows down here. There should be shadowing here. You know, like it feels like there's not any lighting in it currently. It's kind of flat lit. You talking about in here? But yeah, let me open this up. Overall though, I like dude, these trees are cool. This one here, this one's obviously low poly, but it's like shown like this. The trees, the way they're shown here, I would actually, because of how small they are, I would just make it one face and then camera face it. And then if you want, map like a normal map on top of it that's spherical so that the light wraps around the card. You know what I mean? So you just have a normal map of a sphere. Okay, what is going on here? So we don't want that. So in this scene, how I've set up the, oh my god, come on, frame rate. So in this scene, how I've set up these objects with this material is, let me go into the, so material is a 2 blend. It's just blending between 2 materials. And that's where the tiling comes in that I was talking about. So I'm tiling a moss texture, right? And I'm tiling a stone texture. And the way those are being separated in the shader is I'm telling it to look at the second UV set, which is 1 in this case, because, oh no, I'm telling it to look at the first UV set. Second UV set's something else. But if I open this up in Photoshop, you can see that this is a 0 to 1 bake, and I've got stuff happening in each channel. And I'm ripping out those channels and using them as masks to interpolate between things. So like one of the masks I'm using, where is it? So this one is the moss mask in the green channel. So I've pulled the green channel out and I'm actually using it to mask between the moss and the stone. And then reconstructing it back as it comes forward here. And I'm doing that in all of the maps. So there's like the albedo, it's doing it in the normal and the roughness. I'm even doing it in the AO. Skull Reaper, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah. Hopefully that was a decent explanation of like what I'm doing. Oh, what was that? Hang on here. But yeah, I would use Decimation Master over doing this stuff. You could do this stuff first because Decimation Master might be able to interpolate the shapes a little stronger and better using this smooth flow versus like just the mesh itself all crazy from the high poly Dynamesh. So Neil, yeah, I'm not actually texturing 0 to 1 in that sense. I am making a lot of masks though. I haven't really used texture arrays in my personal stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it later. I'm not too interested in trying to learn a new way to do. If I can get away with what I'm doing now and it looks good to me, then I'll just work with that. If texture arrays are faster, then I'll switch to that. But I'm not too into it. Or in a position where I'm like, oh man, I need to know. So this scene's pretty cool. What I like about this was there's a lot of storytelling going on in it. Now where it's falling apart is there's not really atmosphere. There's like the start of it, you can see in the back there. I'm gonna just bring this into Photoshop. Into Photoshops. So in the back here you can kind of see the, if I do this, turn this up, obviously it's gonna, so see what's happening is as I turn it up, this image is overall becoming quite bright. And what you want to have happen is you want it to kind of feel like the fog is filling the space, like you're thickening the fog. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna be really hacky. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I was doing this with another piece, either this morning or at lunchtime. I can't remember. I'm just going to push this tree right here back as well. So like, see what that's doing? It just pushes everything back. So then you start to get an understanding of the space you're looking at. The other thing you could do is do it again, right? So like, let's bring it up a little bit. And then this one will actually mask this out. So you still have it happening a little bit with the stuff around it, maybe a little less than that. And then we also would want to, the focus of this shot, right, is the ship. So you want the ship to be, at least in this composition, you want this ship to be part of that darkening effect. So this actually needs to, oops. You need that ship to maintain its darker value. And then if you have some metal elements in there, that's really going to help. So yeah, it's just separating the space, right? This spot right here looks really weird. Let's see if we can. Is there? Oh man, look at this. That's how new my Photoshop is. I haven't even turned it to the. I need to see the strokes. Oh man, they have groups now too. What is this craziness? Okay, cool. Whoa. Oh, that's awesome. That's a cool brush. But yeah, just kind of getting that depth. It helps so much. Atmosphere is freaking amazing. The other thing you can do too is you can give a color to your atmosphere, and that can, I don't know if I can do it in this, but we'll see. Oh, what am I doing? Have a little area selected. So giving your atmosphere some color could be pretty nice. Yeah, I can't do it right now. But yeah, dude, it's super flat when you don't have that separation. What's up, Real Far? How you doing? The difference is real. But yeah, here I'm gonna do this, and we'll put this in here. And we will move on. Yeah, all these images could benefit from having a nicer separation through atmosphere. Your foliage variety is really nice. The leaves here feel a little flat, but it's all gravy. You'll want to add some more geometry and curve to those. So overall, I feel like you're onto a pretty good path. I think getting some better composition and like, for example, with the thing here where you're like starting to break down how the shot looks and separating the pieces so that it's easier to read and digest. And then taking things like this guy and just finishing all the little like this roof here and like all the little details I was pointing out earlier. Those are the little details that you need to touch on in order to bring something unique to the table that's also at the same time removing itself from a geometric look where it's no longer 3D and it's more of like an art, or it's starting to go into like a more organic scene, because it's super important. Oh, you even have the inside. I didn't even see the inside. See the inside here is like these beams here, extruding those out a little bit more and then getting like a 0-to-1 bake on another UV set where they're all packed together, where you can get some AO to separate those out from the walls is going to really help. The other thing too I would look out for is in this material, it looks like where the wood is exposed, the roughness value needs to be less, or it needs to be more rough, and the paint needs to have a distinct roughness difference from the wood. Right now it's very samey, where it's all kind of overall rough. And then making sure you get metalness on the little nails, and then maybe some like normal to them, depending. It's a lot of nails, so who knows. I think by the aging of this, I bet the nails would be darker, kind of oxidized and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think you're ready for an internship yet, but I think that you're very, very close. You just need to work on your composition, material definition, and more storytelling. I'd love to see more storytelling. And then tackling something smaller than this, that way you can really show off your, like stuff like this, you're showing off a lot, which is good. You're showing off a lot without having to sell like a huge space. Like this is like I wouldn't even approach this. That one scares me. That one scares me. But yeah, and some more props would be cool. I'd love to see some more prop breakdowns. Like take this barn, put it in a scene. If you're getting really crazy, build a tractor, make some hay bales, some other props just to kind of put around it. That way you just have more props in your library of assets. But yeah, cool. Okay, I'm going to switch over. We're going to check out Neil's stuff, and then we'll get to the Discord critiques. I'll be right back.